Hi there, this is Alex at Realize Displays again. I'd like to show you another type of menu you can create in Intuiface. I don't know what I would call this, maybe the dropping flying envelope type menu. But anyways, let's play it and let's just see what it looks like first. It's pretty simple to do. We have a circular panel here, easy to drag and drop, put your graphics in. We'll be looking at the green menu. But each of these have buttons assigned to them, and menus fly out of the side, and they can also be touched either on the menu itself or back on the circular panel to make them go away the same way that they came in. So let's take a look at how we do this and make a menu seemingly come out of nowhere on the screen. The first thing to note about Intuiface, and sometimes it's a little bit tough to grasp, is that your groups allow you to basically hide and show things on the screen. So the nice thing about it is you can create an overall group in the center of your screen, and if something flies into that group, it will appear as if it's coming in that section of the screen, and that's how we do that effect. So if I scroll down, here's our circular panel. We'll just take a look at that. We'll look at the green group here first, and you can see there's a toggle button inside of that group, and when it's checked, it's going to move the other two groups in and then drop them down. We'll take a look at this in just a second. First, let's actually look at the menu itself that is off screen and flies in. That one is called left green drop group for me. And as you can see, there's nothing much just within the group itself because the menu itself is sitting above, we'll zoom out, sitting above the group. It's a lot taller than the actual menus are. You don't need to make yours that big. But anyways, the other thing to remember is that positioning when inside of a group itself is like its own little canvas. So if you look here at the X coordinate, the middle of this is at 104 pixels only, and it's not on the screen. So that means the group above it determines its position. So left group, it has a width of 208, which means that if this green spot is going to sit directly in the middle of it, it will be half that, which is 104, because the positions are measured at the centers of the objects themselves. Anyways, let's move on a little bit here. Inside of the group, you can see I have different buttons in here. This is just a regular button, and this will re-trigger, this will uncheck the button that's in the circular panel, the toggle button in the circular panel. So once this is checked, this one unchecks it, or it can uncheck itself. That's how you can manipulate it from either side with it doing the same action, and without duplicating all of your actions as well. So what happens is you have this green info group that holds all of your buttons. You have what it's contained in is actually sitting below it. So since it is sitting inside of this container down here and it is moved above it, it's not going to be visible at all until it moves into the view of the group it's sitting inside, if that makes any sense. And then the whole thing I have sitting inside of a larger group, which holds our rectangle and our shadow right here. And I did that. You can probably do it a different way. You can probably do this with 2 groups instead of 3, but I put these out here so it's easier for me to see. And then also it gives you the effect of having the menu sit behind it, because we want it to look like it's coming from behind this rectangle, so it almost gives it the feature of sliding out of the envelope, if you will. Okay, so what happens then is this comes down. You can see it comes into view. I'm just dragging it right now, and then it comes back up. So that is actually what our input button will do over here. The first thing, when this is touched, I'll check on the toggle button. When it is checked, the first thing it's going to do is move the whole group, the entire thing, into view, and then it's timed after the certain amount of seconds here. If we look at the timing in animation, after 0.7 seconds, it's going to get to where it needs to go. And then you'll notice after 0.7 seconds, I have 0.8 is when the drop happens, which is moving that green box down. So pretty simple. Let's look at it once again. When I check my input box, or my toggle button, it first moves it after 0.7 seconds, puts it where it needs to be. On the 0.8 of a second, that's when it triggers the next action, which is to drop this green menu down into the group again. Same way backwards, 0.7 seconds or so, and then at the 8th it goes back. Drop it from here, uncheck it from there. Either one works just fine. Let me know if you have any questions.